Hi, this is Tom Nunemaker. I'm going to show you quickly how to get around on the class page for the class that you're in. So if you go to the training menu, you should see the class you're in, like the Road Trip Trade Light, for instance. All the tabs here are dynamic, so if there's trade images to see, they'll show up. If there's calendar events, there'll be a calendar tab, etc. Trade messages, or when the trades are actually sent out via email and SMS. Now there are two keyword searches here, and the way we use that is Dan and I use the word fill when we have our fill messages, and working order or WO for the working order. So if you just want to see the fills, let me just go to like the road trip live. Let's see, so trade messages. So you see there's quite a few here, but say we want to look at a specific trade like the 30 November, and we only want to see fills. So we can use these two keyword combinations together, hit refresh, and now if I do a Control F on Windows and type in the word fill, you can see every one of these messages are the fill messages. So you can use this as a historical record of all the transactions for that trade. And you can see there were 50 found and 50 records requested, so there were probably more. So let me go like to 250. And now there's a 69 trade messages found out of 250. So now you know you have all of them. Okay, so if we go to the rest of these tabs, the one you probably want to go to first is the settings tab. This controls how you get your trade alert messages sent to you or not. And if you click this radio button, this controls the planning notes, if they show up on the home page or not. The open tab, strike sort direction. Some people like the strikes to sort high to low, others low to high. You can control that here. If you're on Slack, then you'll see a private Slack channel join message here. If I've connected your account, I have a script that does that. So all you have to do is go to the Slack link, and I think it's aramir.com/Slack, and that will let you join the Slack channels, and then I can connect you to the trade alert services that you're subscribed to. Now this is the important one, the trade notification. So if you have an email address in here or a mobile number, when we send out trade notifications, this is where it's going to go. And these little JavaScript links here are just helpers to help you format correctly. So if this is a US number, you can click this, it'll help you format it. If it's an international number with a 2-digit country code or a 3-digit country code, you can use that. And you can see in the description that the standard format is plus country code, space, and then the phone number. And you don't really need all the hyphens and spaces other than this one, parentheses even. Just the number, the plus, and the space optionally if it's an international number, in between the country code and the rest of the phone number. Now, of course, if you're in your country, like if you're in this country 32, you would need to dial 0456, but if you're outside the country, it's the country code, and then you drop the leading 0 and then 456. So that's how the way to properly format an international number. The US numbers are sent from this phone number, so you'll recognize where they come from. And this is also an acceptable way to format US numbers. You can use the parentheses, space, and hyphens. Our email gateway or our SMS gateway will properly handle those. The other notifications, these are up to you if you want them or not. And anytime a new webinar is scheduled, trade images are uploaded, library recording, etc., the planning notes. Dan and I do planning notes pretty regularly. Dan does them every day. If I have a position that's not changing much, I may not have a planning note every day, but I'm pretty regular about it. And you can decide if you want to get those sent by email or get an SMS message when those are sent. And then when you have all your selections, just hit update the notification settings. And then everything else is kind of self-explanatory. The emails is when we send an email out to the group that's not a trade alert message. The open tab will show all the open positions. The history will show all the closed trades and the open trades. And then the ask is if you want to ask a question, you can do that. We prefer you to ask questions in the forums, as then everybody else can see it too and benefit from it. You know, if you have a question, Other people probably have the same question. But if it's a sensitive question and you don't want anybody else to see it except Dan or myself, then go ahead and use that Ask tab. Another thing is I haven't set it up for the Road Trip Trade Lite yet. Actually, we're just going to use the Road Trip Glossary. So once I add that link up here, so you'll see the Road Trip Trade Glossary up here. And there's a link, Glossary RTT is the short code kind of up here. But these are all the terms that Dan and I use when we're putting our trade messages out, when we're discussing the road trip. So feel free to take a look at that. But basically, the main thing you need to worry about is the Settings tab, and then how are you going to set up all your notifications. And again, do you want real-time trade alerts? Then you need to put an email address here, a phone number here for your mobile phone, and then it should all work. So that's it. Enjoy. Let me know if you have any questions, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.